What could you do to protect your pets if you're sick or injured? My product, Save My Pet ID tag, helps you ensure that your beloved pets are safe and well cared for, even when life isn't what you expect.
We're going to each level, and she's sharing all the Greek tragedies and all the good things. And we finally climb to the top, and it's real windy. And I'm looking around, and there is the Parthenon. It's under construction, and they're really trying to do a good job because they want the architectures with the historians,
Right.
city people, all to be happy with whatever decision is being made. So I'm in a group of like 15, and I look over to my left, and coming down the hill is a black cat. And I just looked at the cat. I know I'm looking at the Parthenon, but I'm looking at the black cat. I'm looking at the Parthenon, but I'm looking at the black cat. And we must have vibed because the cat came to me. I extended my finger, which is kind of a kitty hello. And the kitty rubbed my finger against his cheek.
Oh.
And I have a picture of the cat with the background of the Acropolis. I mean, the Parthenon. Come on.
Wow.
Two worlds. Getting a bucket list, the Parthenon, and seeing a cat there. And it turned
Perfection.
it turns out that all around the Acropolis are these community cats that are being cared for by a place, the 9 Lives of Greece. I met the people there, and they feed the cats, they spay, they neuter them, they take them to the vet. These are happy cats. They are not skinny.
Wow.
So they've been eating very well. But their nickname is, they're called the Cats of the Acropolis. And so I got to see the Cats of the Acropolis. And in fact, I'm just going to show you the very short clip of the cat walking my way. So take a look and listen. Here we go. Hey, Pet Pals, we're at the top, and I found a cat. I'm walking around the ancient ruins. Nice. Here is the Parthenon, and here comes the cat.
Now, Arden, was your cat Casey jealous of the situation?
I have a safety cat. His name is Pet Safety Cat Casey, and I have a dog, Pet Safety Dog Kona. They're both therapy pets. I will tell you, when I came home after 2 weeks on the road, that's the longest I've ever been away from them.
Oh.
They really sniffed my suitcases. I don't know what was going on in their minds, but I immediately gave them treats and hugs. And
They said, "Where have you been?"
you hussy, where have you been? Saving cats and dogs, okay? So that was kind of fun. But anyway, the
Arden, what was
Parthenon is a is a must see. You must see.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And so your trip to Greece, and you told us last week about your trip to England, but for Greece, what was your biggest takeaway from that trip? And do you have any, parting thoughts or messages on the Greece trip?
I will say that they are getting more involved in animal advocacy. For far too long, it wasn't a priority, especially among lawmakers. I had a chance to meet a vice mayor named Dimitris, who is very proud to be an animal advocate. He works closely with the Let's Be Smart sanctuary, and they've built around his little towns these cat houses with food and water that they keep clean, and they're in all around the city. And I was really impressed by him, but he went down and did a dive on Arden Moore. Who's Arden Moore? And so he started showing up at all my events. He's like, "This is my friend, Arden Moore." And I go, "Oh."
You had groupies.
Yeah. I think it's, Yasis is hello, and H. Kerosto is thank you. That's my 2 words. But
wow.
I got to meet him and see him because he's the new generation trying to help. And people like Julie Kelly with Let's Be Smart, educating people that community cats can be good for a community. Just make sure they're spayed and neutered so there's not an overpopulation. But they do good, and the dogs there are so nice. That was pretty cool. But as far as just being Arden Moore, a highlight was actually swishing my fingers in the Aegean Sea. that sounds silly, but I grew up on water. I grew up on a lake in the Midwest. I lived in Florida.
Right.
I've always enjoyed, I lived in California, all the oceans and all that. I got
water.
to touch the Aegean Sea, which was neat. And I love Greek food. I'm saying the salads are wonderful. Souvlaki, you know, is like a shish kebab.
Healthy eating.
But everybody, if you really want a real gyro, it's Gyros. Please don't say gyro. It's gyro. Go to the museum, and there's all these little eateries, and then go down a side street. And I asked the museum guy, and he told me where the locals eat their gyro. And I had a real gyro in a pita sandwich, and I was like the only non-Greek in line. So it was delicious, delicious.
I also go where the locals go, right?
Yeah, so talk to the museum people. Like, where do you go for a gyro? You know,
Right.
So take a little time off the path. And I really, really can't believe this place has been around since 3000 BC. And I hope you would look into helping the Let's Be Smart Sanctuary. It's letsbesmart.org. I never got to
What
go
can
to
people do?
Island.
What can people do to
This
help
is
that
a great thing.
organization?
Thank you. You can donate, of course. They
Right.
appreciate that because they're nonprofit. You can plan part of your visit and spend some time helping as a volunteer at the sanctuary. And their reach is far. So maybe you have some medical supplies or some food or something you want to donate, or some cat toys or dog toys. Julie Kelly's team will make arrangements so that can be there. Because she lives in New York and Greece, she always brings big suitcases back and forth. Because can you imagine trying to ship things to Greece? Be a little pricey.
Right.
But she's really making this a world better for pets, cats and dogs. And you can adopt, you can foster. So they offer a lot of options for you. And I really appreciate you asking that question.
It's a great organization. And I think one of the biggest things that shows that Julie's committed to it is having you come there and train people and talk to them about behaviors and you know, pet first aid for you. And it shows that she really, you know, she cares about what she's doing and wants to make things better. So,
Oh, yeah. Wumpa. You got to say wumpa. They love
Pardon?
life. They love life. And I feel part Greek now.
well, it sounds like they know how to treat pets too, you know, and I think that
They're
says
learning.
a lot.
They're getting better. There's more and more education out there. So pets are getting to be more of the Greek family, and that's kind of the mission. So we have a lot of pets in America that are very much parts of the family, and
Right.
it's now steps are underway to help that in the country of Greece.
Thanks so much for making our tails wag by watching this guest interview from Arden Moore's Four-Legged Life.